interesting trend. I know you were hoping we'd talk about this tonight. You're going to think this is a very, very exciting topic. Pantry porn. This right here, what we're looking at is this is known as pantry porn. And this is a big problem. Big, big problem. Pantry porn trend rooted in racist, sexist behavior, so says Loyola professor, and probably a complete lunatic, although I'm going to be honest. She's got a little bit of a Katy Perry thing going on. She looks like she's probably a freak. Like she looks like second date slides a finger up your ass while she's sucking you off, kind of thing. To punish the patriarchy. She stimulates your prostate. But she's got some pretty wacky ideas about pantry porn. If you ditched cereal boxes for uniform glass containers and opted for plexiglass storage bins in your fridge, you may be engaging in classist, racist, and sexist behaviors, so says one Chicago professor. And again, there is nothing better than a batshit professor from a liberal city or campus. And Chicago is certainly that. Dr. Jenna Drenton, an associate professor of marketing at Loyola University, argued Tuesday that the recent obsession with organizing kitchen and pantry spaces, a TikTok trend she dubbed pantry porn, is pushing societal standards that the average American cannot keep up with while tricking consumers into spending more money. By the way, the porn everything is food porn, pantry porn, whatever porn. It's not porn unless people are jacking off to it. I think there needs to be an important distinction that, like, people who feel very strongly that marriage is between a man and a woman, and there are other people who feel very strongly about, when conception has occurred, when is it a baby, when it's not. I feel very strongly about when is something porn. And unless people are jacking off to it, I don't think we can just describe it as porn, because ultimately that's what pornography is for. In any case, the new minimalism approach is just a thinly veiled excuse to entice people to buy more items, containers, labels, and storage space that give off the decluttered appearance of simple living, Drenton wrote for the conversation, also known as having your shit organized. I live in a very small space here. I have to go out of my way to have containers. Even then, I don't have enough containers for all my shit, because this room doesn't have a closet in it, so you have to bring in the storage. So I understand why one might want to have a lot of containers. I am surrounded by fucking containers. They're all off camera. You can't see them. This is the only containerless space. Storing spices in coordinated glass jars. I love this. This is like my favorite fucking thing. Storing spices in coordinated glass jars and color coordinating dozens of sprinkles containers may seem trivial, but tidiness is tangled up with status, and messiness is loaded with assumptions about personal responsibility and respectability, the professor stated. Yeah, I mean, I guess the assumption is if your place is a fucking mess, then you don't have your shit together, which is kind of true, right? Because if you had your shit together, you wouldn't live in disarray. I'm a single dude with 2 jobs and very little time to tidy up, and I still manage to kind of fucking clean and organize this place once a week, right? Nobody likes a slob, so you got to clean your shit up, no matter what your situation. And I think even more so if you're not doing particularly well, because what you have, you need to take care of. So I don't quite agree with the fact that she says cleanliness has historically been used as a cultural gatekeeping mechanism to reinforce status distinctions based on a vague understanding of niceness. Nice people, nice yards, nice houses, make for nice neighborhoods. I mean, again, it's not vague standards of niceness. It's clear standards of, um, you want to be clean. We don't really deal with the plague anymore because we cleaned shit up, right? If there's not garbage and feces all over the place, then you don't get rats, and then you don't get the fleas that carry the plague aren't coming in and jumping and biting fucking humans. It doesn't, pathogens are not spread. So it it it's understandable to me that it's nice to live in a community where people have their shit in order, and if everyone in a collective has their shit together and is clean and does things nice, then you'll have a nicer town. And if I go to the park in Jersey City in my neighborhood where they've built this beautiful outdoor gym and there are trees and everything, and I walk through there in the morning and there are fucking water bottles all over the place littering the ground. Um, I don't run into that if I go back to like my hometown in Bergen County where I grew up, or fucking down the shore. If I go to places where people really respect and take care of the community, there's not a bunch of litter all over the place because they have pride in the place that they live, and it's important for them that if they finish a water bottle, they don't just leave it on the basketball court. They take it with them or they throw it in the garbage. And that has nothing to do with socioeconomic status, right? That's simply respect for your surroundings and the other people who are going to use it, and pride in the appearance of your community. This nut job disagrees. She says that what lies beneath the surface of this anti-messiness, pro-niceness stance is a history of classist, racist, and sexist social structures. Of course. So when I, a white male, finish a water bottle out at the park after a workout and I go and I throw it in the recycling bin, what I am doing is reinforcing white supremacy and the patriarchy, according to this genius who someone's. This is part of the reason why the government should not be fucking reimbursing student loans. No one should be getting paid for this. This is fucking ridiculous. Some kid had to take out a massive loan to go to school, to be taught this fucking bullshit, and you would like that to be visited upon the taxpayer. This is why I'm completely fucking against that. If you want to be an idiot and take a loan out and spend it on this, fuck, by all fucking means. Have fun. There are things you get out of college other than the academic education. Thank God, right? It's a fucking socialization experience. Teaches you how to live out on your own, all that good shit, which it kind of provides a controlled setting for your transfer into the adult world. I think there's value in that. And if you want to pay a shitload of money to go to a place where you can do that, and it's like a fucking country club, and your every whim will be catered to, and you think that going in debt to the tune of $40,000 a year for 4 years is a good value for your dollar, by all fucking means. But tell me a fucking plumber in Indiana needs to fucking pay for this shit, because you wanted to go learn from these assholes. Yeah, it is indeed. It is nice. It is nice to have a well-organized, well-stocked kitchen. That is a good thing. It's a reasonable goal, right? This is something. If you have a well-organized, well-stocked kitchen, things are going well. There's not a tidy, good kitchen, because again, you go into a better mental space when you're taking care of your shit, right? If you live in fucking squalor, your outlook on life is not going to be good. Your ability to advance and overcome whatever difficult circumstances you might face will not be as good, because you're not taking care of the fucking little things like cleaning up your fucking kitchen. I don't know why it's weird. Half the country is embracing, it's fucking hustle culture and they're up in the morning. They're fucking live streaming. They're taking their first shit of the day. They're talking to you about how much they love the fiber drink. Yeah, I'm on day 3 of the Metamucil cleanse. I'm shitting my brain out, but you gotta hustle hard, and part of that means taking a big shit every morning when you wake up. And the other half of the country is like, hey, you trying to do well and advance yourself, you're a fucking piece of shit. You're everything that's wrong with society. You need to be literally eaten. Eat the rich. You need to be feasted upon for sustenance by your fellow man. That's how terrible you are. You need to fall victim to the most unnatural of deaths. Yeah, it is a totally reasonable goal to want to have good things, to make a good home. It's not a good idea to tell people that if your kitchen sucks, it doesn't mean you have to have the nicest kitchen in the world. You have a fucking galley kitchen. You just take care of it, right? So it's not a fucking it's not a fucking roach trap. There's not fucking shit all over the goddamn place. It's not someone else's fault that your kitchen sucks. Clean it the fuck up. And to whatever degree you can, right? Like, you don't have to have an Instagram worthy kitchen. I just kind of, I make sure my shit is tidy. The fucking sink gets piled up. You wash your shit. You take out the fucking garbage. A little personal responsibility. Even celebrities have joined the trend, further peddling it. I love they're talking about this like it's fucking fentanyl. It's a well-stocked kitchen. Jesus Christ. Kim Kardashian showed off her massive walk-in. I bet we wish a different word was being used after massive, don't we? Walk-in fridge in 2020, and 2 separate average-sized others, peppered with glass jars filled with different condiments for frozen yogurt. Well, she's got to keep that dumper thick. You know what I'm saying? Last year, sister Khloe Kardashian bragged about how her extravagant pantry is packed with items on floor-to-ceiling shelves. Photos show most of them pastas, fig Newton, goldfish. Yeah, a lot of carbs there. A lot of carbs, Khloe. You were doing well. Let's keep you off the carbs. Are stored in glass containers, while other plastic wrapped foods are stowed in wicker baskets. Drenton emphasizes that orderly pantries have been a status symbol since the late 1800s, but only the wealthy could afford the space to hide both the food and the people who prepared it. All right. Times have changed, all right? You fucking dumbass. Like, it's not the Victorian era anymore. It's 2023. Middle-class people have pantries. Like, I grew up, upper middle class, but, middle class nonetheless. Everyone in my town had some sort of a pantry. It's a normal thing to have. Bus drivers, school teachers have pantries, and if they are so inclined, it is not wrong for them to organize said pantries in an aesthetically pleasing manner. It doesn't mean you're going to have a Kardashian pantry. No one expects that. It would be unreasonable. That wouldn't be a reasonable standard to hold yourself to. They have many, many millions of dollars. You're a person living in, the Springfield. You're not the same. You should know that, right? You're not driving the same car. I don't understand what the fucking problem is. In the centuries since, pantries have evolved to be part of the open floor plan. How well the homeowner maintained the pantry and organized the space served as a new status marker instead. No, it didn't, by the way. This is not. No one has ever given a shit about. This is just people with too much internet time are taking pictures of their food closets. She believes the recent trend of pantry porn was only exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, when shortages in the supply chain surged. Keeping stuff on hand became a symbol of resilience for those with money and space to do so. Which is, is the case across the animal kingdom, right? What is the story about? Is it the ant and the grasshopper, or whatever the fuck it is, where the ant is busy, he's storing stuff for the winter, he's very industrious, working hard, so that he can eat when the weather gets cold. And the grasshopper's like fucking off, and he's not doing anything, and he has to spend his winter sucking cock underneath a willow tree just so he can heat his apartment. I think is was how that story worked out. So this, this happens in the animal world. There are birds. The way that different birds decorate their nests is a sign of status, and it basically, if you can decorate your nest in the most sort of gaudy, showy way, what that means is that you are able to command the most resources because you're able to find the most cool shit for your nest, and you're also able to keep predators and competitors away from your nest because they're not touching it and fucking with your shit, and it stands out. And that makes you a more attractive mate. So this is what animals do, and humans at the end of the day are animals. So it's not unnatural for us to behave like this. And I, you know, they what do they say here? The Kardashians and other pantry porn celebrities have set the societal standard for an ideal mother, wife, or woman. Drenton argues, have they? Have the Kardashians set the societal standard for an ideal mother, wife, or woman? Um, she got famous fucking a guy on like a grainy black and white video, and they all just kind of hang out and look at their phones and they speak like vapid fucking skanks, and they have big asses. I don't know if that I don't know whose standard that is. That is not my standard for the ideal mother, wife, or woman by any stretch of the imagination. Like I respect their hustle very much. Like they're very good at leveraging their personality into shitloads of money. So there's definitely something to them, but there's nothing about the Kardashians that that make me think they should be emulated to any serious degree. And I think, to me, this is actually a net good for society, though, because if you're poor and you're stupid enough to think that you need to prioritize pantry decoration because Kim Kardashian does it, then we are better off as a society that you starve to death, right? You're not a useful person. So in that sense, pantry porn and its appeal to complete fucking idiots might actually be a great societal filter, and we're in need of one. We are in need of one. Um, her final quote here is great. Pantry porn as a status symbol relies on the promise of making daily domestic work easier. But if women are largely responsible for the work required to maintain the perfectly organized pantry, it's critical to ask, easier for whom? And I love it. Like that really reads like a line from the Onion. I mean, the whole article reads like an Onion article if we're being honest, but it's and I know it's funny. It's become almost kind of hack to say that something sounds like it was from the Onion, but that's where we are in 2023. It so much shit sounds like it comes from the Onion that it's no longer even worth pointing out that it sounds like it came from the Onion. That's a little something for you to chew on. What's next? This pantry porn out of here. She's all right. I would. Um, hmm. Oh shit.